Hello everyone. So I'm going to talk about two tanks that I've heard some really bad stuff about. Some people talk about how the AT series of tanks aren't good tanks. If you go watch my previous videos on the AT series of tanks, you'd find that you were quite wrong, but I figure a more recent video, something in the 9.9 range instead of the 9.5 range, might be needed to help convince you. And in addition to that, the feature today is a tank that is consistently underestimated by people. They go, oh, it's just a Tiger II. It can't really hurt me. So we're going to speed this up a little bit because, yes, the AT series of tanks are slow as balls. I know, they're really slow. They take forever to get there. Okay, fine. But once you get there, there are two things that you need to do. One, well, when you get immobilized, you just kind of have to let it fix. Most of the time, unless you're immediately in danger of being outflanked, you tend to let it fix. But you keep advancing. I mean, you just start rolling. And you don't stop rolling. For no reason. And that's exactly what Hetty's doing. He's obeying the philosophy of find a target. Now he was trying to aim for a track shot. You also want to aim for tracks because you have a 3-second reload. Once you get somebody tracked, they're not moving. They're dead. You can out DPM anything and everything quite easily. I'm not entirely sure where the hell that shot came from. Nor am I entirely sure where it penetrated. Oof. Oof. 1 second. We'll be right back. Anyway, he has taken a brutal beating. Primarily from enemy tank destroyers. Now, Hetty, I don't know why you're just sitting out here in the goddamn open field, but that is stupid. You need to keep rolling forward. Get out of the field where you're getting sniped from and get to a position of cover. He should be dead. Flat out, he should be dead. He sat out here in the open field and let people beat on him. He should be dead. Thankfully, they didn't hit the precision weak points on top of his tank, which they had excellent shots at because they're above him and he's in an open field. Sometimes people make mistakes that make me roll my eyes. This is one of those times. Now, if he can survive the one shot from the Borsig, he will DPM down the Borsig before it reloads. The Borsig ignores him. Hetty, just sit still. Just sit still and pound it. There you go. Just sit still and pound it. He's not going to reload before you kill him. Aim for the turret. Don't auto-aim it. Hetty, you do this way too much. You send me these replays and you auto-aim way too much. If you're going to fire HE shells at a Borsig, you need to actually manually aim them at the turret. Hello, Yag Tiger. If you're gonna aim for the tracking shot, you need to actually aim for the sprockets. Ooh, lucky bounce there. Remember, guys, AT series tanks, aim for the sprocket, track the enemy tank so you can wail on it. Don't just shoot into the tracks. I mean, yeah, you're gonna probably penetrate, but seriously, you need to actually aim at the sprocket. Poor Yak Tiger. And it is 2 guest star tanks today, but guys, by the way, I'm not driving these. Now that T-30 will just penetrate. Like, it doesn't even have to hit a weak point. It'll just punch him. And Hetty should know this. You guys should know this. A T-30 will derp its way through your armor. 1390, on the other hand, has to hit a weak point or get beside you. Oh, by the way, something else you guys should know. The right side of this tank, these 2 sections, are fuel tanks. If you want to set it on fire, there's where you shoot it. The left side is ammo storage. So, reduce rate of fire, potentially blow it up, set it on fire. That's kind of how that tank works. Not a bad kill at the end there, Hetty, by the way. But now let's get to our feature presentation. And what do I mean by this? Well, our feature presentation is the Tigger 2. Tigger, 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 Tigger. By the way, I do have a special announcement. I have modified the prizes for the giveaway. And this is to reflect the fact that I had to buy a $115 monitor. So, sorry guys, I had to modify some of the prizes. I apologize. But, I'm still giving away a bunch of gold. I'm still giving away some premium tanks. And I'm still giving away stuff. So if you guys want your stuff, just have to sign up. But I still had to I had to look at what I had and what I could do with it. So I apologize. Don't get all mad at me as the Tiger 2 replay starts. I'm sorry. You can blame the airline company. If not for them, I would still be giving away I also dropped the Armored Warfare prizes because, let's face it, Armored Warfare is not turning out as great a game as we'd hoped. So, yeah. Anyway, as soon as my grant money comes in, we will be doing our 1,000 plus subscriber special. So for you new people, check the description below. Go sign up. There's only like 70 or 80 of you signed up right now, which is a little disappointing. There's 1,000 of you, but there's only 70 or 80 of you signed up right now. In the meantime, Peach Cup is driving the fully upgraded 105mm L77 Tiger 2. During World War II, this tank was never penetrated from the front. Period. The Allies simply did not have the firepower. It was, however, penetrated from the top, the side, and rear, or it just ran out of gas. This thing is a gas-guzzling monstrosity with a 800 horsepower engine. Of course, during World War II, it also only had the 88mm and the Tiger A model turret. But still. He's playing it very wisely right now. He knows those Soviet tanks and that Chinese tank have no gun depression. But he has just enough gun depression to peek up and shoot and protect and keep his lower plate protected by the hill. Which means that they can't actually shoot at his weak point. His big weak point, anyway. They can still try for the commander's hatch in the top armor. And yeah, you're not going to penetrate the side like that. Now, I will tell you how you can penetrate it. If he's not looking directly at you, or if his gun is not literally pointing at your gun in the vicinity of your gun mantle, you can actually shoot through the side of the turret with 203 pen. So my IS-6 all the time, I pop the side of the turrets of Tiger 2s because I know exactly how to shoot it. Now it is an angle game. Hello, low. You just penetrated the lower plate. But basically with this tank, you have to be looking at your target, or looking at the one that's going to shoot you, in order to guarantee a block. And even then, they can sometimes derp through your front plates. Now the Carnarvon just found out the gun mantle of this thing is pretty freaking invincible. However, so's the Carnarvon's gun mantle. Even for this massively excellent 105mm gun. This is basically the... Now, it doesn't look the same. The muzzle barrel is different, and the actual barrel itself is different, but it's the same gun the low has. Just they look completely different. That Tiger 2 backing out and exposing his side like that was just playing the tank poorly. Now, Peach Cup is playing it very, very well. He's being aggressive. He's being a frontline fighter. And he's trying to aim for weak points. But it is now if he just shoots those little side things on the Carnarvon, it'll go in. Or if he shoots around the gun mantle, just like that. Big defect with the Carnarvon and the Centurion 7-1. The gun mantle doesn't cover as much of the turret as you'd like it to. Ferdinand penetrates his lower plate. The IS-3 bounces, but Peach Cup does not. And now Peach Cup has a hull down position to fight from. Unlike the IS-3, the Tiger 2 does also have a very good rate of fire. 105mm gun firing every 8 seconds. That's pretty impressive, especially with a 320 Alpha. Now he recognizes the threat behind them, which is the Levée, and starts rolling up here to engage it. I'm surprised he hasn't repaired his gun. Either he's got the armorer skill, or he just doesn't care that his gun is broken. Now the Levée is a real threat. Whether you guys believe it or not, the Levée is not a bad tank. It's just difficult to play, especially with a lot of tanks now having a lot more penetration than it has armor. When it first came out, it was a frickin' monstrosity, and then they nerfed its armor, which pissed everybody who bought one off. But its plates will still block shells. The side of its turret won't, though. Excuse me. And oh look! He finally exposed his lower plate so he could get a shot at Peach Cups. Now this Levée should focus Peach Cup down right now. He really should. He should ignore the 44 and kill the other tank. Because Peach Cup does a lot more damage a lot more quickly than that T-44. And he did finally repair his gun, though now I think he regrets said decision because his engine's broken. Wargaming, I thought we fixed this, where you couldn't take engine hits from the front. Yeah. Yeah, what's up with that, Wargaming? German tanks should not take engine hits from the front, because if you're going to use the justification they take engine hits from the front because the transmission's in the front, guess what? Soviet tanks should also take engine hits from the front because their transmissions are in the front. It's not a balancing factor. It's not a good justification for it. Please stop this. Actually implement in the code where there is not an engine box in the front of the tank. Because it gets old. It really does. It's nice they don't get set on fire anymore, but to get engine hits from the front makes absolutely zero sense. It really does. And German tanks are the only tanks that suffer it. And it makes me scratch my head because I go, wait, don't M4 Sherman's drivers sit on the transmission? Don't IS drivers sit on the transmission? Come on, Wargaming. Stop your shenanigans. In the meantime, it's a dead humble day. Called it! That's the end of this match. So is the Tiger II a bad tank? No. If played correctly, it is an awesome, amazing death machine! And here is the proof that here's some proof that the AT-15 still has it. Steel wall, Confederate. A 37, almost 3,800 WN8 game. Racking in 3,000 damage and 3 kills. Not a bad job, Hetty. I just wish you hadn't sat in the open field for so long and been repeatedly beat on like a really, really bad child. You do, however, have 3,600 damage blocked by armor. Nice! And in the meantime, but again, your 20-pounder gun is not the most accurate thing in the world. Sorry. In the meantime, however, this is not what you came here to see. You came here to see the Ticker 2. Peach Cup scoring a 9,000 win 8 game. Holy shitballs, Batman. 8 penetrations on the low. Well, 8. Yeah, 8 shots. 4 actual pens. Including damaging its engine. Ammo racking that poor guy. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going to be using Quickie Baby Replays to actually show you guys the stats from now on because it's much more detailed. Total damage, 4,400 with a 1,400 XP carry home. And this tank will block shots if you protect your weak points. 2,000 damage blocked by armor. And the gun is super accurate. Goes exactly where you tell it to. Almost every time. It's as good as the Lowe's laser beam. However, you do have to actually, you know, not hit their main armor to penetrate. I mean, if you hit their secondary armor points like the IS-3 hull or the Love's frontal hull, you'll probably penetrate. But shooting the Love in the front of the turret is not going to work. Without premium, he walks home with 10,000 credits and almost 3,000 experience points from his ×2. Good job. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's shown you how to play your Tiger II. And I hope you also enjoyed the little AT-15 warm-up match. But in the meantime, this is Fiaura. I'm going to be signing out for right now. Please, and I also want to give a reminder that I will only be releasing a single YouTube video on days I do live streams now because my live streams are on YouTube. And I've kind of noticed that on days I do live streams, the live streams get a lot of views. And then the other videos I released kind of, you know, you guys don't have time for that. So I'm going to be toning it down on days I have live streams and only releasing one video. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in the next video. But this is going to be Fiaura signing out, and I hope you guys will check out these other videos. Please hit the like button and the share button. I would appreciate this immensely. And visit the patronage page. Remember that my prizes, my ability to fund this channel, my ability to run this channel is based entirely on your patronage. So think of it as tipping your waiter. You know, you drop a couple dollars for your waiter. Well, I'm your entertainment for the evening. You know, a tip would be nice. Just saying. But that's about everything I have for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. But this is going to be Fiaura signing out, and yeah, bye-bye guys. See you soon. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to blast this IS-6, and then move on and let my allies finish it off. I need to take out the KV-5. Crusader SP does blow my track. I immediately blow my repair kit because I know that he can keep me permatracked even through the repair skill if he has the small gun. And I have a very high repair skill. This is my IS-3 crew that's kicking butt here. KV-5, the upper plate of its ass is thick enough to block my shot. The lower plate of its rear is not. And I know this, and so I have to get closer and reinforce. Now the M6 does not have armor, and you should not attempt to rely on it, as I should have just held the accelerator there. Ow. I ended up taking a beating getting rid of the T-46. But now I need to figure out if I want to take a calculated risk. I know in order to kill that VK in a straight up brawl, I need him to flub 2 shots. Question is, do I think